Okay, this video is going to teach you about areas of parallelograms and trapezoids. And we're going to start with the parallelogram first. It's very simple. It's the base times the height. You'll see the formula written as A is equal to BH, which means B, or base, times the height. Now, one thing that you have to understand is what is the height and what is the base. The base can be any side of the parallelogram. The height is going to be the perpendicular distance from that base to the other side. So let me start with something that's really simple, like a rectangle, okay? A rectangle, you know, has 4 right angles. So if I look here, let's say I called this down here the base. The height is going to be the perpendicular distance from the base to the other side. So this is my height. Now when we think about a rectangle, we always say, well, that's length times width. Well, here, the length we call base, and the width we call height. It's the same thing. You're multiplying the two sides here. But to easier to remember for all parallelograms, it's any one of them is the base. The height is the perpendicular distance from that base to the opposite side. Now, if I said the base of this rectangle is 7 feet, and the height is 4 feet, then the area is going to be 7 feet times 4 feet. 7 times 4 is 28. Feet times feet is feet squared. Now, I want you to try this one. There. I'm going to give you this 12 inches. I'm going to give you this 5 inches. And then I'm going to give you this, which is 3 inches. Now, I'm going to tell you something. One thing that's in here, strictly to confuse you, is the 5 inches. That doesn't need to be there. What you need to look for is this thing right there. That tells you that that is a perpendicular distance between the two sides. So our base is going to be 12, and the height is going to be 3. The 5 is there just to throw you off, to see if you know what you're doing. So the area of this is going to be base, 12 inches, times, I'm going to do parentheses here, 3 inches. 12 times 3 is 36. Inches times inches is inches squared. That is a parallelogram. Trapezoid, a little bit more interesting. A trapezoid is 1/2 of the sum of base 1 plus base 2 times the height. The formula is written as 1/2, and then we have base, and we do the sub 1 plus base sub 2 times the height. So for a trapezoid, let me give you one as an example here. We'll go like this, and then we'll go like this, and then we'll go like this, and we'll go like this. Okay, trapezoid has one pair of parallel sides. Remember? The parallel sides are the bases. It doesn't matter which one you call base 1 and base 2. The height then is the distance between, the perpendicular distance between these two bases. So let's say that the bottom here is 7 meters, the top is 3.2 meters, and then the height is 3.6 meters. And you want to find the area of the trapezoid. Well, put everything into the formula. Area is equal to 1/2 of the sum of the bases. So I have 7 plus 3.2 times the height, which is 3.6. You know, I'm going to put the labels in here, just this one time only, just to kind of show you that it still works here. So 7 meters plus 3.2 meters times 3.6 meters. So a lot of people would think this is going to be meters cubed, and it's not. All right, first thing we have to do is inside the parentheses. I have 7 meters plus 3.2 meters is a total of 10.2 meters. It's not meters squared because we're just adding them. They're like terms. Times 3.6 meters. Then I have half of 10.2 is 5.1 meters multiplied by 3.6 meters. 5.1 times 3.6 is 18.36 meters times meters, meters squared. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you another one for you to try. This one is a little different, though. I'm going to challenge you a little bit because I think you need it. This section is almost too easy for brainiacs like you guys. All right. I'm going to give you this, 12.5 centimeters. I'm going to give you this, 26 centimeters. And I'm going to draw in this, but I'm just going to call it H. And instead, I'm going to give you A is equal to 192.5 centimeters squared. Sorry that I got a little close to the edge. I want you to find out what is the height. Pause the video and try it. Okay, to find the height, you take the information that you have. 192.5 should be equal to 1/2 of the sum of the bases, 12.5 plus 26 times the height, which we don't know. First thing I have to do is add in the parentheses. This here I haven't touched. So I have 1/2 then of 38.5 times height. Again, this is the same. 1/2 of, 1/2 of 38.5 is 19.25. Divide by 19.25 on both sides, and H is equal to 10 centimeters. I hope you got that. All right. The last thing we have to cover is complex figures. Complex figures, we don't have formulas for those, but what we could do is we could take the information that we know, break the shape up, and then take the sum of those areas, add it together, and it would be the area of the complex figure. So let's say, for example, I have a banner. Here's my banner, and it's going to go out like this, and it's going to go out like this. Excuse the crude drawing. Go like this, and then it's going to go like this. Not the best banner. Okay, and let's say that this is 4 feet, and this is 8 feet. And we also know that this distance right here is 6 feet. Now, is that enough information to find out the area of this shape? And really it is, because if you look at this as, now again, it's my drawing, as 2 congruent trapezoids that are being split. So here's one of them. Okay, and the other side then is supposed to be the same. I understand it's my drawing. Now, if the whole thing here is 4 feet, that means that this is 2 and this is 2. So what we could do is we could say, all right, well, the area is going to be equal to 1/2 of 8 plus 6 times the height, which is 2. So this is 1/2 of 14 times 2, which is 7 times 2, which is 14. So that's the area of one of them. This 14 feet squared represents this right here. Since this shape is made up of 2 identical trapezoids, the area of the complex figure is just the sum of the 2. So this is 14 feet squared, 14 feet squared. It's 28 feet squared. All right. Now, there are other ways that you could have solved this. You could have split this up so you had a rectangle and then 2 triangles, but this, I think, was the easiest way, and it kind of related to what you just learned. All right, that takes us to our daily puzzler. You have 6 equilateral triangles that are arranged to form a that's supposed to say regular hexagon. If each triangle has a perimeter of 6 centimeters, what is the perimeter of the regular hexagon? That is all. See you later.